They're facing Game 5 and a possible closeout. Thursday night, back in Oakland, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and the studio show will get things going at 8 Eastern. If the Warriors can win, the series will move back here to Oklahoma City for a Game 6.
We all remember this fateful day, this exact day, when on May 24th, 2016, the Oklahoma City Thunder went up 3-1 against the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. It was at this moment for the first time we saw this Warriors team as no longer invincible. The two-time MVP has been completely outplayed, and this Warriors team has shot a horrible 32.6% from 3 in their 3 losses. This looked like the end of the road for this record-breaking year for the Warriors, and as we all know, the Warriors would not only win Game 5, but win Game 6 and Game 7 to advance to the NBA Finals, which led to one of the most memorable free agency moves of all time.
This is a story that I just don't buy. Durant to the Warriors. I think there's zero chance it happens. And I don't think it's a good move. I think there's zero chance it happens.
Stephen A., the news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it.
From a personal side, I'm disappointed.
Isaiah Thomas has a great phrase. He says, I'm talking about bus drivers, not bus riders. And Kevin Durant was a bus driver. And now he's on a bus rider, but he's teaming up with the best.
I'm not saying that I don't understand, but those calls never came, so it's hard to
guys
say.
Wanted to compete. Guys wanted to compete.
What we're talking about here is you being up 3-1 on the eventual 2-time Western Conference champions, and at the time the reigning defending NBA champions, up 3-1, not once, not twice, but 3 times, 48 minutes removed from a berth to the NBA Finals. You come up short, and that is the team you leave your team to depart for? That team that you're on the cusp, on the precipice of knocking off. It's the epitome of jumping on a bandwagon. I'm just looking at who you departed for. Talk about jumping on the bandwagon. Golden State deserves all the props in the world. Nothing wrong with them. I'd do it if I was them too. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. But there is no doubt that when you talk about the criteria that comes with being a superstar in this league, the reality is clear. Kevin Durant didn't necessarily embrace that because he's jumping on a bandwagon. Where LeBron went, he was still the man. In the end, what you're looking at with Kevin Durant, you go on to Steph Curry's team, Rock Nation benefits, okay, Nike and Under Armour and everybody else benefits. Kevin Durant may end up getting his ring, but there's something fraudulent about this, period. You can slice it any way you want. That's what it comes down to. You're jumping on the bandwagon, period. He's too great for that, but he could do what he wants. We're not going to sit up there and say that he can't, because obviously he can.
An MVP of the league, Kevin Durant.
As you can see, Kevin Durant made one of the most infamous free agency moves of all time. This move ended up being one of the most controversial, and it allowed Kevin Durant to win 2 championships as well as 2 finals MVPs. After Durant made this move to Golden State, every fan started to bring up the idea that Durant had many opportunities to bring OKC a championship. But what many fans failed to realize is the fact that this OKC team didn't have as many opportunities that you'd think they may have had.
Mark, did this surprise you, or did the people in the inner circles of the NBA see this coming?
Not this soon, because the deadline for an extension for Harden is Wednesday night at midnight. All the first rounders from the class of 2009 have until midnight at Wednesday to try to get extensions done. The Thunder and Harden, they've been going at this all month. The Thunder were well aware that teams like the Houston Rockets, the Dallas Mavericks, the Phoenix Suns, and others were all prepared to offer Harden the max if he made it all the way to being a restricted free agent.
Now, as we all know, James Harden was traded from the OKC Thunder to the Houston Rockets. We all know the fact that the Thunder ended up trading a future MVP and one of the best isolation scorers in NBA history. But if you take a look back after the finals appearance in 2012, the following year, the Thunder were back on the top of the Western Conference as the number 1 seed with 60 wins. If you look closely at this year, this is one of the years that should be disregarded because of one infamous moment.
He used to go to the front of the rim, pick up that garbage.
42-41 in Westbrook, hobbling away.
Beverly went for the steal just as the timeout was called, and he actually got part of the knee of Russell Westbrook. He is really upset with Beverly right now.
He's looking over at Patrick Beverly, and now that's over. Frustrated.
This exact moment when Patrick Beverly collided with Westbrook completely ruined the Thunder's chance of returning back to the finals. This collision ended up being a torn meniscus, causing Westbrook to miss the remainder of the playoffs. Although the Thunder were able to close out the Rockets in 6 games, in the next round, the Thunder were no match for the up-and-coming grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies, losing to them in 5 games, which meant that going into the 2013-2014 season, the pressure was back on the Thunder to return back to the finals. In the regular season, with the healthy Westbrook, the Thunder were back on the top of the Western Conference, finishing the season with 59 wins and the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Going into the playoffs, the Thunder were set up for a rematch against the Memphis Grizzlies, this time with a healthy Westbrook. Although the Thunder were down 3-2 in this series, they were able to end up winning Game 6 and Game 7 to close out the tough grit and grind Grizzlies. Heading into the second round, the Thunder were matched up against the number 3 seeded Lob City Clippers. This series was also a tightly contested series, including one of the biggest late game collapses in playoff history. In Game 5, with 49 seconds remaining, the Clippers had a 7-point lead, and this is what happens next.
Here's Durant for 3. Yes! He had them 4 for 20. He's hit a couple of threes. It's down to a 4-point lead. Yes, he was going to put it up. Here's Crawford on the drive. Crawford runs out. Durant on the run. Ball is back. Durant scores with 17.8 to the hole. Ball had it knocked away by Westbrook. The steal leads to this. Jackson is fouled by Barnes. Oklahoma City 5 points the last 28 seconds. Down by 2, Westbrook for the lead. And he was fouled on the 3. 3 shots coming up for Russell Westbrook.
Close out a playoff game on the road.
This for the lead.
Clutch.
6.4 remaining.
Paul's got to attack the rim. The officials have been berated by Doc Rivers. They're only human. They know that they've gotten a couple of calls going Oklahoma City's way. If I'm Chris Paul, I attack the rim.
Paul down to 3, down to 2, trying to get it down low, and Ibaka took it away. It's all over. The Oklahoma City Thunder have come from 15 back. The 17-3 rally down the stretch, and they win by 1 to take a 3-2 lead.
After beating the Clippers in Game 5, the Thunder were able to win the series in 6 games after a huge 39-point game by Durant. Heading into the Western Conference Finals, the Thunder were matched up with last year's Western Conference champs, the San Antonio Spurs. Heading into Game 5 with the series tied at 2-2, the Thunder ended up getting blown out by over 20 points. In Game 6, with the Thunder on the brink of elimination, this is how Game 6 ended.
Serge Ibaka as well as Westbrook out of the game here.
We're final seconds. As Lamb fires one, and that'll do it. The Spurs are headed to the NBA Finals to meet up with the Miami Heat starting Thursday in San Antonio. And the best news for Greg Popovich, second to the fact that they won this game, is that they'll have 4 days to rest. And they'll play at home in Games 1 and 2 against Miami.
After failing to reach the finals for the second consecutive year, the 2014-2015 season finally looked like the year that the Thunder were going to reach the finals. But on October 12, 2014, tragedy struck the Thunder again.
And welcome into sports, everybody. The day Thunder Nation has long feared has arrived. For the first time in his career, Kevin Durant, cornerstone of that Thunder franchise, will miss an extended period of time due to injury. Thunder general manager Sam Presti making the announcement today. The NBA's MVP has a foot fracture. He'll need surgery, likely out 6 to 8 weeks. After practice yesterday, Durant informing team officials he had discomfort in that right foot. Turns out KD has what is called a Jones fracture. Pretty common, really. Broken bone at the base of the small toe.
Mark, let me ask you something. After hearing all of this, after hearing the surgical procedure that Kevin Durant underwent last month and was not able to relieve the discomfort he has had in that right foot, what is your takeaway?
Well, the takeaway is that the fracture is not healed. And the thing that keeps fractures from healing is movement. But in order to get in shape, you have to move. And so they start off by keeping somebody on crutches, then they put him into a boot. If he continues to hurt, the fracture's not healing. They were hopeful that what made him hurt was the screw being prominent at the end of this bone. This Jones fracture is at the very outside of the foot, up near the top of that bone. And that bone has a kind of an iffy blood supply. So it's difficult for that bone to heal.
In your professional opinion, what would you recommend to Kevin Durant?
I'd shut it down. I'd shut it down. I mean, I think that knowing that we've been, pushing him forward to get him back in the game, and then he has more pain, and then he comes out, and then he has a second procedure, and now he continues to hurt. I just don't think that 6 weeks are necessarily going to do it. I think that what you have to do is shut it down, let it heal completely, take it very conservatively, and I think the chances are very good that he avoids another surgery.
With Durant battling through injuries throughout the 2014-2015 season, the Thunder ended up missing the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, which takes us back to the beginning of this video of the 2015-2016 season when the Thunder blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. And that was the forgotten story of Kevin Durant's legacy in OKC. Looking back after the 2012 Finals appearance, the Thunder really only had 2 chances of reaching the Finals. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to end this video with a clip from Stephen A. Smith describing Durant's move to Golden State. My name is Game Time Productions, and I'm out.
I want to go to a bigger point when I look at this Golden State Warriors team. As I told you before the season began, that damn Kevin Durant ruined my season. I'm trying to tell you right now. Listen, this dude is just on another level. Now, I know Steph Curry dropped 43. I know Steph Curry is otherworldly. We know what him and Klay Thompson making up the Splash Brothers brings to the equation. But my God, Kevin Durant averaging 26 a game, shooting 54% from the field, shooting about 39% from three-point range. This dude is just on another level, okay? And him being on this, I mean, I'm so sick. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of Jay-Z. I'm sick of all of them because they have taken competition. I'm just sitting back here right now. I thought I was going to have the finals to look forward to. I thought at least I was going to have the finals to look forward to. Now I'm worried about the damn finals. I'm worried about how competitive it is going to be. I'm worried about the essence of competition, for crying out loud. I might not even have it. The way Kevin Durant is flowing with this team and the way he's fitting in and the way they're coming together, how in God's name are they going to stop? Has anybody going to stop them?
That was the question when the season started.
It's literally gotten to the point where we got, last night, everybody looking at, it was a good game between them and Portland. Steph Curry didn't play last night. They beat him without Steph Curry. I mean, I'm just looking at the Golden State Warriors, and I'm like, damn it, this is just not fair. And that damn Max Kellerman, I was thinking about him, Molly. I was thinking about Max Kellerman because I said, he's all happy. Oh, it's a super team. Oh, we go to wait till the finals. Wait till the finals. Blah, 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 blah. No, this is like watching, and one competition. They are doing what they want when they want.
They're Harlem Globetrotter in the NBA.
Harlem Globetrotter in the NBA. I like that. That'll work for me for the moment. But I'm telling you right now, I look forward to competition, competitiveness.
Well, I mean, look,
where is it?
What do you think is going to happen,
nobody can touch these boys. It's a damn shame. Kevin Durant legitimately forces you to debate, is this the best player on the planet? And the dude is 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan who can handle the ball, pull up from three, has a mid-range game, can get to the hole, goes to the free throw line, is a career 88% free throw shooter. He plays defense again. I mean, now all of a sudden, Golden State's #1 in block shots, #1 in steals, #1 in disruptive shots, all because he's there with Draymond and Iguodala and Clay.
Try this.
And listen,
when they play five out
and
now.
it allows them to disguise Steph Curry even more. Damn it, it ain't fair.